It deals with specifically the purchase of a parcel of property by the Oconee County School Board. There are at least some whisperings in the community that it involves some nepotism, specifically your brother on the Oconee County Board of Education. Would you like to speak to that for a couple of minutes?
Yes, I would. In late 2009, the Oconee County Board of Education approached my family about acquiring property that had been in our family in Watkinsville since 1955. This was not one of these Gwinnett County buy it today, flip it tomorrow to the school board for twice the money situations. After the school board approached us, the normal negotiations ensued back and forth. And we ultimately agreed to sell approximately 8 acres of property on North Main Street in Watkinsville to the school system for $900,000, a price that was some $40,000 under the appraised value that the school system's own certified appraisers had placed on the property. Now, as was indicated, some have insinuated that because my brother, who's in the audience tonight, served 2 terms on the Board of Education, and in fact, he did wrap up his service on the board a full year before these negotiations ensued, that this somehow smacks of insider dealing. The fact is, ladies and gentlemen, that the school board was a willing buyer and my family was a willing seller, and there were no insider connections whatsoever. It is my understanding that the school board voted in open session to purchase this property in an arm's length transaction. So I would just ask that you, as informed voters, that as you consider this, that you examine the facts and ignore the political innuendo that is being brought forth. Just look at the facts as they are. If you don't believe me on it, go to the school board, look at the records they have, and I think it will be clear to you that it was a typical arm's length transaction.
Mr. Matthews.
I appreciate Mr. Williams' honesty about his mother's property, and my family's got property in the area of Atlanta that we were looking to sell. It's nowhere near, it's maybe 6 acres total, and it's divided up in many different areas. And it's something that my stepmother's talked about selling after we have a relative who's 96 years old, and bless her heart, I hope she lives another 10 to 15 years, but it's something that I know my son has looked at in the areas that we live in. But my biggest concern about that, and I talked to Mr. Williams of the Board of Education, Mr. Weeks at the Board of Education. He explained to me about the widening of Marsville Road and how there was a road that was going to originally go behind the Oconee County Middle School. And some of that money got diverted over into buying it. And every day I learned something more and more about this. And originally it was the appearance of the impropriety. It wasn't that anything was done wrong. It wasn't anything that was bad. It was just whether you look at the $50,000 raise that President Adams got from the Athletic Association, there's nothing bad about it, but it's just the timing, it's just the situation and the appearance that left people scratching their heads. The city of Watkinsville was originally involved with the possibility of, I think they call it the Justice Center. It wasn't going to be the courthouse, but they were going to, and that's something I think is very much needed, to have people that are incarcerated to be able to move right over to the place where they can get their trial. And I understand the situation of that's a prime piece of real estate, and my understanding was first that it was $600,000 and then it's up to $900,000, and I applaud the Williams family for getting that increase on their return to the property.